Hello everybody, Marlene aka SnowGardener307 here to bring you an update on my garden. It is quite cold right now. It is 41 degrees and yes, I am filming this on June 13th. It's supposed to freeze tonight. It's supposed to get down to 28 degrees. So I'm going to be covering stuff and moving the stuff that I can. However, a lot of stuff is in the ground and the pots are on drip systems. So the first thing I want to take you to, we're actually going to go and walk to the backyard so I can show you what we've done. Our backyard is a disaster. You guys know here on SnowGardener307 on both channels, I keep it real with you. So let me show you guys what we've done and the work that we've put in so far this year. So this is a fence that my husband had been working on, and he added the solar lights all the way down and cut those off, and there's the puppies there. And then yesterday he got this post hole dug and he got that cemented in, and he will be designing the gate. We've got quite a few flowers here. We've got lilies, we've got irises, we've got poppies, and you can see the poppies do amazing here. And so these are the oriental poppies. I've got more roses, I've got chives, daylilies, lots of different things. And so here are the muddy puppies because it's been raining and it's cold here. This is our makeshift keep the puppies in gate. And so let me go through here. Watch out, guys. Watch out. Okay, and so before there was a fence that connected in over there and came around to the side of the house here. So my husband was in the middle of doing this and it got pulled. Let me tell you guys what our plan is. So our plan is we put all of this gravel in along with the edge there. We've got another thing of the heavy duty gardening edge that will be going from the existing path to our back door, which is right over there. And we just moved a bunch of stuff. So this tin right here, this is part of the corrugated metal that the fence was made out of. And this came from a town about 40 miles south of us. There's a little bit of tin for the roof as well. And so the puppies have demolished my grass back here. We have been growing lots and lots of dandelions. The dandelions back here are unbelievable. And you can tell it's cold. Look at the dandelions. They're all closed. You guys, just so you know, it's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. It has finally stopped raining. And we've got a mess back here. This shed is going to be moved. It is going to move over to where all this gravel is. Obviously, we need to get the path done and move more of the gravel over there. But that is what the plan is there. And then yesterday, my hubby and I, it looks like a junkyard back here, you guys, keeping it real. A lot of this stuff is for the greenhouse. So we've got a bunch of old windows in here. We've got some rocks. We've got a deck that we took down for free. And my puppy has been digging over here already. But all of this wood is from somebody's deck that they wanted down, but the wood was still good. So they took it down, and look at the puppies are trying to garden for me already. And so let's cover this back up. Loki, did you do this? So this is where the garden is going, right next to the shed. And I've got my rhubarb right here that is being invaded by weeds and had been. So I've got these 2 big rhubarb plants. And then I also have this rhubarb plant that has not been happy. So this rhubarb plant, I'm actually going to go ahead and see if I can portion this out for the garden club and give it to people that want it. Here is more wood and windows for the greenhouse. Then you see this disaster over here. This is keeping it real right here, you guys. I have lick tubs, which are these big black tubs that normally I have right here, but I'm trying to get all of the weeds covered up with boxes. I grew potatoes in these last year. You can see all that's growing in there right now is weeds and more weeds. We've got weeds everywhere. This is my little greenhouse frame that I'm going to be putting together, but I could not because the weather got so bad and so cold. And we've got a raspberry patch here. I need to take some of these raspberries and move them back into the patch where they go. So they're doing amazing. And then the tomatoes are going to go in here. So I've got to get those. But look at the raspberries. They're doing great. I imagine we'll have quite a few raspberries this year. But over here, for some reason, the couple plants that were over here didn't make it. So these other ones that are trying to grow inside of where the greenhouse needs to go will get moved. And so around here, obviously I laid all of these boxes down last year to take care of the weed problem I had here. A lot of these rocks came from my front yard when I redesigned it. And I've got some extra bark. And I got these 2 bags for free because my son worked at a place where these were torn open and they were just going to get rid of them. So he brought me those, and they're not the same, but I'm going to use them for pathways. And then over here, this is my flower garden that has been taken over by grass. And look at how beautiful that tree is right now. So my kids built me that little birdhouse for my birthday one year, Mother's Day. And so this right here is just a disaster. I had to fence it off because the dogs were digging all the flowers up, and I had bulbs and everything, and they dug it up. But you can probably see that there are flowers in here, but there's way more grass. So I don't know if I'm going to have time to do this one this year, you guys, or not, honestly. And so I'll just have to see. But man, that tree is so beautiful this year. All right, let's go back to the front yard. And there's another big window that unfortunately it had both pieces in it, but ice broke that one out. And so that's for the greenhouse. And we've got 2 lilac bushes here. This is a lilac bush, and this is a really old lilac bush. And you can see we've got wood piled here. Living in Wyoming, you don't want to be without an extra source of heat. So we love having our wood burning stove. So let's go back through here. So this is going to be so nice once it's all fenced off. The puppies still won't be able to come in this area though, because I could see them digging all of the stuff up. So the reason why I pointed out the lilacs back there is these are all lilacs here. And these were all runners off of that big lilac back in the back. So we didn't pay anything for these besides the labor of digging them up and planting them. However, these have been here. This is their 4th season. You can see they're still quite small. The reason why is because the deer have eaten them down every single year. So my husband put up a temporary fence before the snow hit. And then yesterday he redid the fence to where it would be higher so the moose couldn't get into it either. He did go ahead and open up the bottom, and we're hopeful that they won't reach in and eat them through the bottom here, because I need to be able to weed. I need to be able to edge this. I'm going to go ahead and take these lilacs right here that are sprouting, and those are going to go to the garden club as well. We have a fundraiser that is every year, and plants are sold there, and so we just donate stuff. So I'll probably take these and all of these and pot them up. There are still weeds in here because this is the one area I haven't gotten to yet. There are also pansies in here. Some people call them Johnny jump ups, and they do absolutely amazing. They don't mind the freezing temps or anything like that. This is where I ended yesterday, so that's why that's there. And so you can see this stuff is looking amazing. We've got some creeping thyme here. We've got daisies here. We've got daylilies here. And this is just a little faux dry riverbed that I put in just because I wanted some different things. But look at these irises. Aren't they beautiful? Such a dark purple. So, so beautiful. And then we come around here, and I'm hopeful that these are going to bloom, the alliums, but it's going to freeze. So I'd be surprised if it did. And here we have a snowball bush that keeps getting eaten by the deer. So you can see it's still alive. And then we've got this view of the yard here, and FedEx just pulled up. I don't know if he has a delivery for me or what. And so lots and lots of flowers. The pots will all be covered up. And these are my favorite because they're just so beautiful, and the color variances. We've got some hens and chicks in here that have made it through. We have got chives everywhere, just so you guys know. These are chives here. They're going to have beautiful purple flowers. There we go. FedEx is leaving. And then I also grabbed this plant this year. This is a brand new one. I need to get some more dirt because I'm going to mound it up because it likes it being dry. This is an English lavender, so we'll see if it makes it or not. There are a lot of flowers in here that I don't know what they are. I certainly am not a perfect gardener, and oops, I missed some dandelions here. Look at that. And then this poor salvia got planted yesterday before a windstorm hit. And then look at these cute little irises here. So this wheelbarrow right here, this is my husband's great grandfather's wheelbarrow. So super excited to be able to put it into the garden. And as long as these don't freeze and die, these will get big enough that you won't even see those pots there. I threw some Snapdragons in the top, and boy, these are acting really weird this year. So if you look, you can see the tops of them are like going sideways, but these are supposed to be deer resistant as well. I'll let you guys know on that. So we've got lots of stuff here, and the deer have come through and eaten stuff already. So you can see the pansies and the petunias are gone. I did get a new pot right there, and then if you look right over here, one of my new plants, they've already eaten it all down too. And you can tell I'm still a little bit sick, so I apologize for that. And I did go to Home Depot just this last weekend, and we found a few more flowers, and I just couldn't resist. So these two pots are going to be very similar. And we've got more poppies ready to bloom. We've got a lot of Columbine here, and this is all native to Wyoming. Now these weren't here before we planted them, but they do amazing, and they can handle the high altitude and the cold weather. So you can see we've got all kinds of ground covers. We've got some amazing variety here. We've got some delphiniums right here, right next to another weed, dang it. And then I still have a mess over here. And inside of the garage, let me show you guys. Let me show you my plants that are still in the garage. I opened the door and then realized I probably shouldn't have because it's chilly in here. And they're not doing amazing. Some of them are doing good. So we've got still have flowers down here to plant. I've also gotten some flowers from the garden club locally, and we've still got that. I've got some tomatoes over there. Don't mind all of the mess. And then we have got more tomatoes and peppers, and things are just not doing great, you guys, and I haven't even gotten them in the ground yet. Look at my poor cucumbers. They were doing amazing, and now I think I've killed them all. And this is a cilantro that is going to go in my Come Salsa With Me container, but I did not grow it. I bought it, but that's okay. And let me show you guys that really quick. So my hubby built me this base with the casters that I bought, and so it will move, and then I can take it in and out. So I need to get this planted, but it's way too cold today. And so we've got tomatoes to go in there, we've got peppers to go in there, we've got cilantro to go in there, and we've got some onions to go in there. Come Salsa With Me garden. Thank goodness I have not planted any vegetables yet, because they would not like this cold weather today. I don't think the flowers do either. I don't either. It's pretty cold. So I still have to plant this pot right here, and I'm not sure if I'm going to plant these two or not. It depends on how many flowers I have left. I was going to fertilize today, but it's so cold that I'll wait for a couple days because there is not the flower production that I want on these. And I just realized I had set this one right here to be planted, and I forgot to do it and plant it in there because I ended up getting those extra flowers, so it gave me another one here. So I need to give this poor guy some water because he's quite dry, and then I need to get him planted. And so we have got lily explosion in this yard, just so you guys know. So if you look, these right here are lilies. And then this behind our garden sign, those are lilies. There's another lily there. And then these are daylilies. And these are the lilies that I had to move in order for my husband to dig the fence post. And so yeah, everything's looking good. I did all of the edging by hand. Obviously, I'm still working on this right here. And then look at this flower bed, you guys. I just have to show you because so happy with how it turned out. I just let this corner and this ground cover just kind of go wild in there because it's too hard to reach back there with the fence like that anyway. And so we've got more lilies. We've got a lot of yellow in this bed, and it's so funny. I didn't even mean to. So of course we have those irises there that are yellow and white. And then one of the ladies from the garden club just gave me this, and it was yellow. Look at the lilies. Do you guys think I like lilies? Lilies, 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 and more lilies. And of course, look at more yellow there. And then our clematis are doing pretty good. We've got 3 of them. They're all different colors, so it will be interesting to see how high they get. And then the porch is a disaster. The FedEx man just delivered that stuff. And of course, these pots right here and stuff are things I was using. And then we've got the hanging pots. Luckily, I do not have their drip finalized yet. It's kind of just up there. And it's a good thing because these would not survive the cold tonight. I need to water that one. Yeah, they all need water, so I'm going to get some water done. These are my favorite flowers right here, my favorite petunias. And then these are the geraniums that my husband grew from seed. They're doing some funky things, so we will see how they do. And this is just this year's purchases from the dollar store for decor. But I've got all kinds of decor that I'll get out. And then we've got this beautiful hanging basket here. And then before the freeze and the wind and the awfulness takes away the blooms on our tree, I just have got to show you guys. It sounds like the bees are going to carry it away. It sounds like it's in flight on warm days. Today is not a warm day, so it doesn't sound quite as cool. So that's it for me today, you guys. I just wanted to bring you a quick update before the freeze hit, and then hopefully you guys will see how the flowers last or how they don't last, right? But look at that tree. Okay, everybody, until I see you guys next time, remember to keep on smiling. Bye.
So small.